You ready?
Si, senor.
Wonderful. We're now streaming.
Cool. Cool, cool.
Okay. So, everyone in the live stream, we are now building a moai. Okay. So, how much of um your work are you allowed to talk about?
I assume very little of it.
Okay.
Beyond we're using math to do cool stuff for geologists.
That that is accurate.
hmm And lovely sunny Albuquerque is ridiculously hot. So much so that it melted my car's sunshade. Like just let that sink in. It melted the thing that's meant to keep your car from getting so hot that things melt.
Yep. Yep, that was a funny story to hear. But you bought a new sunshade, so now you're okay, right?
Yep. Yay, sunshades. So this is layer 21 that we're building.
Okay. And you're done with the long edge?
Yeah. Yep. So, yep. And then you'll need a torch. Perfect.
So, semester just ended here.
Oh,
Actually, the last day of finals is tomorrow.
okay.
But it's done for me because I don't have to read any finals.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, it is. Like it.
And you got all caught up with your grading of other things.
Yep.
That's good. Um, and are you going to have to help the professor enter grades into somewhere like Learning Suite?
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, this is a person with a PhD in mathematics. Supposedly, they can figure out how to fill out a spreadsheet.
Fill out, yes, but access and export from. Well, okay. Let me rewind. Where did you store grades for this throughout the semester for homework?
Learning Suite.
Okay. Given that it is one of the least intuitive systems I've ever used, and I've used government things now.
Yep.
That's why I was curious about his ability to export that information. I like how this Moai includes the weird thing that our heads do, where they don't actually go straight up; they kind of divot in.
And
Like if you run your hand up the back of your head, there's a spot where it's kind of concave.
oh, okay. So like at the back of the top of the back of the neck.
Yes, yes, that's the spot.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, and this includes it.
I have to admit, I can't file a 3. So I have to actually do full bloop.
Oh.
I can.
Well, I mean, I'm seeing the thing right now because I just built the part of it count. So that's
Are we on level 25 now?
no, I'm building 24.
Okay.
Let me check. Yeah, 24. Though, I mean, in as much as this is just like a digital 3D printer thing, as you've pointed out, um, it's still not as bad as like back in the day when they would have rows and rows of engineers in a room who would just work on some huge computation and like do one part of it at a time and pass it to the people behind them.
Oh,
Like that's what you had to do before computers. Well, before digital computers.
or mechanical.
But those were also before digital computers, right?
But you didn't have to use a row of engineers when you had pre-digital.
This is true. I'm curious though to look at like how long the rows of engineers survived during the mechanical computer era. Kind of like how floppy disks. We went from floppy disks to that weird thing. I don't remember what they were called. Zip drives, yeah. And then all of a sudden CD technology started working better. So it's like, oh well, all this hardware is now basically worthless. So one thing I can talk about with work, since you asked sort of about it, I wrote a very long, ridiculously complicated program to compute some information. And what I thought I was, going for was to compute some actual like location information, XYZ coordinates in space. I got everything nice and working and runs really, really quickly. It does this massive, massive computation in about 20 seconds per sample, which is ridiculous because it
Because it
takes
used to
almost
take
that long just to get it.
hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hours and
I
hours.
remember you talking about the process that you were doing, and it taking hours to run computations.
Yeah. So I was super happy, like, oh, this is great. And then I was explaining to and I forgot to mention also in this 20 seconds, it constructs 3 different explanatory figures to help explain. That's a poor choice of words. Anyway, to help explain to the seismologists what it is that it was calculating. Because I don't know enough seismology to know like what these quantities necessarily mean. And the seismologists don't know enough math to know what the quantities are. So I have all these nice little helpful figures that like explain what this is relative to the original information. And I'm presenting all of these nice figures to the seismologists today, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, that's really cool."
But it's not
And
what we want.
well, eventually they go, "Oh yeah, this piece of information in your picture, can you tell us what those values are?" And these values are they would like to know the time, like the t value for some positions that I calculated. But the problem is I didn't know I was supposed, like, none of us had any idea that was going to be the quantity that was useful until we saw these figures. And then it became abundantly clear that yeah, we need this time value, and the entire code was designed around not needing it and like getting rid of it as quickly as possible. So now I get to recode the entire thing and try to track this value.
Well, okay, so you really mean that it's a value that you compute at some point and then throw away?
No. It's a value that's provided in the input, and I just dump it. Like the input is information about a function from that's parameterized by time, and it's a curve through space.
Oh, okay.
So I just go, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to take the image of this function. I don't care about the t value. Yep.
And now you have to go through and still find the interesting points on the curve, but then figure out what t values give you those points.
It's worse than that. These xy coordinates that I compute that are really important aren't actually on the curve. So at no time does the curve actually like produce any of those coordinates. So I can't just do a simple like, oh, find all the places where the function is equal to this value. So instead, I have to find all of the things that went into the calculation of this position value. What were their times, and what was the largest time that I had to use to calculate this number at the end? So I have to add in some sort of accounting program that just says, "Oh, well, this is what information you've used so far, and this is when it appeared in the curve." And each time I pick something up, just ask, "Okay, is this newer than what you used before? If so, update."
We're on level 30 now?
Yes, we're building 30. The other fun thing with this is the usual like math theory or computer science theory behind what we're calculating uses the language births and deaths for when a feature appears and when it disappears. And so I've been having a lot of fun with
naming variables.
Naming variables ridiculous things, yes. So I have one subfunction
Black Plague
that's called it's called select weapon. And then there's another one. What is it? Select target, eliminate target. And like in the comments in the code too, there's a whole bunch of comments about like, oh, we need to pick the right weapon for this location so that we can kill the target. And then one of my early drafts of this code had a mistake in it where you calculate a certain value, and then you have to insert it into a list in the correct position. And I like in trying to simplify things, I thought, oh well, I can just calculate it and stick it in the list at its current location. And then realized, oh no, I have to actually like put it back correctly in the list. So the function that does that is called reload weapon.
Nick, have you ever thought about being a computer scientist instead of a mathematician?
Yes. And it was a horrible, terrible nightmare. I woke up just like screaming. Okay, not quite screaming, but it was pretty bad. Because as much fun as I had like writing this code for this project, it was fun precisely because I didn't have to follow like computer science principles. I just got to, mash things together so that they worked and did what I needed them to. Ooh, I did learn in okay, how much MATLAB have you used?
I've only used Mathematica.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to assume that it has similar functionality. So in Mathematica, you can create figures, right? For like curves and things. And then can you save those so that you can reopen them later? Or are you required to like recompute the curve?
I can store lots of places.
Okay. So MATLAB does these things called figure files. And I did not know previously how to actually like store the values that the figure uses to create the curve. So if you wanted to make a change, like it was just a pain. Because it would just save like the sets of x, y's, and z's that it used to plot instead of the function that related them. Does that make sense? Hang on, I gotta count. 1, 2, 3. Okay. But today, what I wanted to do was create some figures with a sliding bar at the bottom, so that as I slid the bar, it would change which portion of the function was being plotted. And so to do that, I had to figure out a whole bunch of things like how to actually store the formula instead of just the XYZ values, and how to create a slider, and how to create a callback function that would automatically update the plot. And it was kind of fun figuring out how to do those things. But again, primarily because I didn't have to do them right. I just had to get them to work.
Yeah, I have to admire computer scientists optimize fast.
Yeah.
Like, it's really cool, but not something I've really studied.
Yeah.
We're on level 36 now?
Yes, we are completing 36.
Oh, hello, THS Elytra.
A question: is there like a gender neutral version of Mr. or Mrs. in any language that you know?
So we're not using any mods on this. It's all vanilla. Apparently this is laggy.
Oh,
Fortunate. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to stop streaming Twitch so that it's
okay. Ooh, yes.
okay. So stream is gonna go offline for a moment while I Okay, is this faster? Oh, okay, so how would I make someone a moderator? There we go. You are now a mod. Congratulations, Elytra.
Wait, what?
I'm stuck! Trapped
No,
me.
build directly up.
Curse
No,
your
just
sudden and inevitable betrayal.
no. It was just that I knew that you could build your way out of it. Okay, so that was layer 40 that we're standing on.
Okay,
So layer 41 is what we're building now.
okay.
And I've got the back part of 41.
Yeah, the stream health is a lot better now that I stopped streaming to Twitch.
Oh, good.
Okay. Let's see. 5 there.
Oh, hold on. Nope.
Oh, just 3, sorry.
Yeah.
There we go.
So that was 41, 42. Shoot. Is it 43 now that we're doing?
43 is what I have.
Okay. Wait. Oh, thank you. Oh, hang on. Nope, yeah, my bad. Do the pickaxe.
I do.
Good, very good. Ha, I stole your cobblestone from you.
You placed the stone in the. I think it's yours.
My precious. So, let's see, other things to talk about. I've mentioned previously, but for anyone else listening, can I advertise a restaurant in Albuquerque that was really, really good?
Yeah, sure.
So
Are you gonna
if you're
say
ever,
Whataburger?
No. If you're ever in Albuquerque, you should go to Old Town and go to Le Crêpe Michel. But maybe call ahead first to make sure that they're actually open. Because just because their hours say that they'll be open doesn't mean that they'll be open. But they're totally worth it. My friends and I learned the hard way the other day that just because Google and the sign on the street for the restaurant say that they don't, doesn't mean that clock that they'll actually be open. Hey, guess what? We're only 4 layers away from the end.
Yeah.
I might actually have enough stone to get to the end of this. Wait, what? Think 2 of those, yeah. And then 1 more, maybe?
Oh, you're right.
He's okay. It happens. I'm gonna let you get this back line when you get around to it, because I am down to my last 44 stone.
Are you out of stone?
I am. Okay, so
Hey,
do we? Yeah.
you can put
Oh,
the last one in.
oh, gracias. There we
There we
go.
go. Wonderful. So
Um,
it's looking this way, right?
yes.
Not a well thought
We're gonna try to jump down. Yeah, this guy's kind of tall.
through. There you go. Yeah. Did he you have like a something?
Um, no, he's got lips.
Oh. Usually lips go out and
Oh wait, what? Hang on. Yes, I made it. Woo!
job. Also, we missed one.
Where?
I guess our left side of his lower lip. See it?
No.
You see the six, the formation of six that sticks out at the bottom of his chin? Or,
Um,
or
sorta.
I'll just fix.
Okay. So I see the little patch where it's a 4 and a 2
Yeah.
that jut out for his chin. Oh, yes, now I see where you're talking about. Oh, did you want dirt or something instead of stone, cobblestone? Oh well.
I didn't have any on me.
I should have offered sooner.
There we go. So it's time to knock out the ladder, right?
Almost. I am inside right now placing additional torches to prevent mob spawning. Should be pretty good.
Great.
And do I have an axe? I do not have an axe. Now, does it go above the? I think it goes above, right? But I have no stone to do it, so
It goes level with the block to its south.
okay. Oh, well, I don't have any dirt either for some reason. Do you need a stepping stone?
Getting the angle right.
I put a block anyway for you. Okay.
Oh, and then we have to fill this in too.
Oh yes. And this I think there's one on the other side as well, right?
Yeah.
There is.
This was the other hole.
Right here. There's one here. Don't seal me in.
Here?
Yep. There you go. Cool. Another Moai.
But don't Moai signal like the decline of a civilization? Don't they think that the civilization that built the Moai built them like as it's falling apart?
I thought they built them when they were okay, but then as they fell apart, they tore the Moai down. Yeah. Let's see.
I think we got all the skip.
Okay, so the stone ones were built when they were still doing pretty well, it looks like. But then there are things called Moai Kava Kava, which are smaller and were made of wood. And those were made like as the civilization started to collapse. Yeah, and then between 1838 and 1868, the stone Moai had started to be toppled. Amendment. There were still Moai being built and facing inland in 1722. The last time that someone visited the island and reported seeing standing statues was 1838. And then another visit later in 1868 saw no upright statues, except for the buried ones on the outer slopes.
Huh. So what Moai were we building next?
I do not know. We have to pick a location or a size. I mean, I think we should do huge Moai next.
Okay.
Because we've done both mediums, and we've done both large versions.
And the huge one sits on a slight diagonal, right?
That is correct.
Okay. And we were planning on building it like out here in the water, right?
I think we were going to do a platform, yeah. So, let me look. The square or rectangle, it'll be a square, that encloses the base is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 6, 27. Is 27 by 27.
Okay. So, oops.
So were we going to put it behind the two moai that we just built? Or were we going to put it to the east of them?
Okay, so east of them would be here. Okay, so here's my thought.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's come over here to the northwest side of the Moai. I'll try and point out what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So the idea is that we want to have a nice view from this monorail.
Yep.
So if we get down under this monorail and take a look, need to put the rails on this. Okay, so from here, if we put the Moai directly behind these, then it's really crowded. I don't particularly like it.
Since they are facing in two different directions, what does behind mean?
Behind is in the opposite side of them is from where we are now.
Okay, so north,
yes.
east?
That would be the southeast.
Southeast?
We're on the northwest side of it.
Yeah.
So let me just orient. What I'm calling the front is the side we're on,
Okay.
back is the side opposite that, and the right and left will be our right and left.
Okay.
So
what about
you
the
said,
back left?
Yeah. Yeah, if we build the huge Moai back to the left, and then build some small Moai on the other islands on the right, I think that would look best. Because, like, we can't put it directly behind these. And if we put it on the right side, then, well, putting it on the right side wouldn't be necessarily bad.
Well, one thing you had mentioned was that as you come in on the monorail from this side, you wanted to have the small, medium, and then huge one appear in that order.
Yeah. If we put it on the left side of the island, then we're gonna have to build Moai on the right side to balance it.
Okay.
Which is fine. I mean, like, these Moai aren't hard to build. Could build
Yeah. But your other idea would be to have it on this little patch island that's already here?
I'm just talking out loud right now. But okay, so if we put it on the left side, we'd probably want to build a couple of Moai on the right side. Why is the shulker box open?
What shulker box?
There's a shulker box next to the Moai we just... See it animated as open right now?
I do not. I see it animated as shut.
This
kind
island. What?
I'm kind of thinking that putting the huge one here would work. and he is 82 layers tall. So that's going to put him well above these other two moai.
Yeah, it's gonna be twice as tall as the one we just built.
Pretty close to it, yeah. Um, and for relative comparison's sake, those guys were 4 times larger than the villager moai that we built down here.
Hmm.
Oh, there's another thing to consider, which is not only is this guy pointed diagonal,
Huh?
he is reclined.
Oh.
So the head doesn't go straight up. It's leaning back.
Okay. Let's see. It's hard to picture what this.
It's true.
I kind of. So if we put him on the other side, and then built maybe 2 little moai on the island that you're standing on, that would give us like a really good collection of moai.
Okay.
Like right now, we don't have any 2 moai that are the same.
This is true.
And if we put the big moai on the other side, we could put 2 more of the like medium moai on the island you're standing on, and then we'd get a total of what 8 moai.
Yeah.
That'd be a really good collection of moai, I think.
Okay.
Like 8 sounds better than 6.
Yeah. Well, we'd also talked about maybe just doing a bunch of these small and medium-sized. So the one we just finished is considered large,
Okay.
and the 2 that we've made smaller than that are considered small. I don't think we've actually built either of the medium moai.
Oh, really?
I could be wrong. Maybe the one that we made out of sandstone is a medium moai. Let me look. That could be. Let's see. Is he about 19 blocks tall? Okay, maybe we have built one of the mediums. Let me check the other one. Yeah, I'm showing at least one other medium schematic.
Okay. So we could put a medium moai. How big are the medium moai? Like 30 block base?
Um,
5 block base?
I think 25 blocks, like square blocks. I think they're only like a 5x5.
Oh.
Let me check. Yeah, they fit in a 5x5.
I want to
That
put.
base.
See the big sandstone one there?
The large one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to put one of those here, facing
Okay.
that way.
Okay.
And then, if they're only 5x5s, I think we could put another one here. Maybe another.
Yeah, we could scatter them. I think this is from some of our friends trying to be helpful in harvesting sand.
Okay.
That, or
We could put one
too
down
late, would it be
here.
something else?
Little 5x5 here. We could make this platform one on the.
Do we want to do any more villager moai?
I'm thinking not. Like it gets to be the one special village.
Okay.
But do you have arguments the other way?
No, not really. Unless we were going to do a much larger villager moai and try to make it more accurate. But I don't think there's a reason to do it.
So I think that we probably need to get dirt, find some.
Oh, we have like 4 stacks of dirt over here.
Okay.
I assume you're getting it for the huge platform?
Not for the.
Oh.
I was just going to square this off to be 5x.
Okay. Also, what are we going to make the huge one out of?
Sandstone was a pain to get, wasn't it?
Yes and no. We do have almost a chest worth of sandstone.
Huh. I think that won't be enough.
No, I don't think so. I was going to check though. We need 100 stacks. Of whatever it is we get.
Okay. What's a more accurate color? Sandstone or the stone?
I mean, I think the stone. Because they're usually like a kind of a darker gray, ranging from a dark gray to a light gray, but usually closer on the darker side.
Okay. Making it out of stone okay, or would you rather make it out of sand?
We can make it out of stone. That's fine.
Okay.
We would need to then just go harvest a bunch of stone again. Because we've only got about 20 stacks currently of stone. But stone does seem to be easier to get than sandstone.
Okay. I made a platform for that moai to live on.
Okay.
Okay. So I think that once we choose a platform for the large moai, I'm gonna have to get off and go.
Okay.
However, let us place foundation platform moai.
Okay. And I've got 5 stacks of dirt.
Yeah, I don't have enough stacks of.
I was going to share it with you.
Okay, so where do you think this?
I mean, we kind of mentioned just doing it directly east of the large ones, right?
Yeah, I was decided.
Next question, how much of a gap between the two do you want?
Um, so the gap between these moai seems to be about 10 to 12 blocks.
Okay.
Gap between this and the large moai can be larger.
Okay. I'm just going to start building a dirt bridge.
Oh,
So, what's that?
dirt bridge. Could we pull it forward a bit? Should it be like?
Sure. Do you want that to be the center of it, or do you want that to be the
I was thinking the corner.
front? But
Front
the
corner.
front corner. Okay, so
The
am I
one
about?
where it's.
Okay, so am I approximately in line with the back corner, back edge?
I think you're in line with the um his left shoulder.
Yeah, perfect. And then how far back do you want me to go? We said it was 27. So is that where you want the one of the corners to be? Is the torch?
I think that that's a good.
Okay.
So you said 27, right?
Yes.
So, have you turned already?
Yes.
Did you turn it exactly 27?
Yes.
Okay. I think that we should probably have. Oh, but okay. So let's. So the way that the blueprint is, we should have a nice gap um in front of the moai.
Uh-huh.
Wait. Yeah, in front of the moai. Like, I want it to look like the moai is sitting on an island.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to look like the moai is sunk into the water.
Yeah. So what I think we would do is carve off a little bit of the corner so that it's not quite, or like build out to make this a little wider in the middle of each edge, right?
Yeah. Add a tool.
Oh, were you not building him? Oh, you did. Okay.
Building a what?
You just ran out of dirt. Sorry. If you'll bring over a chest, I'll give you more dirt. Unless you're getting more dirt from somewhere.
I'm just collecting all of the dirt.
Okay.
I figure also that this is a good, like, use of a bunch.
Yes. So, are you wanting this to come up, you said, a little bit out of the water?
I was just wanting so that, like, the Moai can be really low, like, the altitude important. I
Okay.
just, once we build the Moai, we should, like, extend the island out a little bit in each direction.
Okay.
So that it looks like an island.
Makes sense. For a while, I thought you meant that you wanted us to, like, build this upward as well. And I was like, oh, that's going to be more intense. But doable.
I just don't want it to look like there's a perfectly square patch of dirt floating in the water.
Yeah.
With OI sitting on top of it. So, tell me about the Whataburger. If it were as good as you thought it would.
Well, it turned out that they don't have sautéed mushrooms on any of their burgers, so I lost all interest in ever going there again.
Really?
It was okay though. It was comparable to like an In-N-Out burger.
See, the mathematician has a very specific criterion for how he judges him. That is, they have mushrooms that are good. And if they don't have mushrooms...
No, note, having mushrooms doesn't make them necessarily good. But if you're not even gonna offer sautéed mushrooms on the burger, why would I go there when I could just make that same burger at home?
But you could saute mushrooms at home.
Yeah, but you see, I'm too lazy to make the burger and saute the onions and dice them and saute the mushrooms and make the Swiss cheese sauce. See, it adds up too much, you know?
Now, you usually get Swiss cheese sauce or just...
So there's a specific burger that I'm trying to remember where I had it. And they did something amazing. I can't remember. I just remember that there was Swiss cheese, sauteed mushrooms, sauteed onions, that the Swiss cheese was somehow creamy. Like maybe it was just melted. But I swear there was like a sauce.
I'm out of dirt.
As am I. As am I.
Squid is mocking us. Okay. Well,
I think this is
yeah, I think that this is workable.
yeah.
We'll mine some dirt off.
Yeah. Nobody needs to see us doing that.
Yep. Okay. So thanks everyone for watching, and see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.